Dari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Gaur Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 60, entitled Lord Krishna Teaches Queen Rukmini. Text number 53. Mam prapya maninya pavarga sampadam vanchanti ye sampada eva tatpatim te manda bhaga nirepi nrinam matratmakatvat nirayo susangama. Mam prapya maninya pavarga sampadam vanchanti ye sampada eva tatpatim te manda bhaga nirepi nrinam matratmakatvat niraye susangama. Matratmakatvat niraye susangama. Mam prapya maninya pavarga sampadam vanchanti ye sampada eva tatpatim te manda bhaga nirepi nrinam matratmakatvat niraye susangama. word to word meaning. Mam, myself. Prapya, obtaining. Manini, oh, reservoir, love. Apavarga, of liberation. Sampadam, the treasure. Vanchanti, they desire. A, who? Sampada, material treasures. Eva, only. Tat, of such. Patim, the master. Te, they. Mandabhaga, less fortunate. Niraye, in hell. Api, even. Ye, which. Ninam, for persons. Matra atmakavat, because they are absorbed in sense gratification. Niraya, hell. Susangama, appropriate. Translation and purport by disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Disciples of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Supreme Reservoir of Love, Rukmini, unfortunate are they who, even after obtaining me, the Lord of both liberation and material riches, hanker only for material treasures. These worldly gains can be found even in hell. Since such persons are obsessed with sense gratification, hell is a befitting place for them. Purport. It stands to reason that since Lord Krishna is the source of all pleasure and all opulence, He Himself is the supreme pleasure and the most opulent. Therefore, our real self interest is to always engage in the loving service of Lord Krishna. As Prahlad Maharaj says, Nate vidu swartha gatim he Vishnu. The ignorant do not know that their actual self interest lies in attaining the Supreme Lord Vishnu. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, one can easily obtain female association and other sense pleasures even in hell. We have practical experience that even such creatures such as hogs and dogs and pigeons have ample opportunity to enjoy sex. It is unfortunate that modern human beings who have a golden opportunity to become Krishna conscious prefer to enjoy like dogs and cats, and this goes on in name of material progress. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padagamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Namoma Vadanyaya Krishna Prema Pranayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Tushe Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Taptaganchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannataya Te Nama Panchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for being present for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. I seek blessings of all devotees assembled here so that I can speak something for my own purification. Hare Krishna. Here we are seeing 10th canto, 60th chapter entitled Lord Krishna teaches Queen Rukmini. And we saw how Krishna tried to incite anger in Rukmini by speaking some joking words, but Rukmini uh, became extremely fearful and just fainted. And later on, when she came back to consciousness, she spoke and refuted all what Krishna had spoken. And now Krishna is finally again speaking. In last couple of verses, Krishna started speaking. We'll just read the translation and come to today's verse. So Krishna spoke after hearing Rukmini. O saintly lady, O princess, we deceived you only because we wanted to hear you speak like this. Indeed, everything you said in reply to my words is most certainly true. O sinless one, I have now seen firsthand the pure love and chaste attachment you have for your husband. Even though shaken by my words, your mind could not be pulled away from me. Although I have the power to avoid spiritual liberation, lusty persons worship me with penance and vows in order to get blessings for their mundane family life. Such persons are bewildered by my illusory energy. So today's verse, everybody can repeat the translation after me. O supreme reservoir of love, unfortunate are they who even after obtaining me, the Lord of both liberation and material riches, hanker only for material treasures. These worldly gains can be found even in hell, since such persons are obsessed with sense gratification. Hell is a fitting place for them. So Krishna is telling to Rukmini that I am reservoir of both liberation and all material riches. Sarvasya Prabho Matta Sarva Pravartate. Krishna is actually source of everything. Whatever we are looking for. If you are looking for wealth, Krishna is reservoir of all wealth. Krishna is Lakshmi Pati. If you are looking for any liberation, Krishna is master of liberation. He can give all types of liberation. Even demons who come to kill Krishna, they are liberated. What to speak of devotees? So Krishna is master and the best of the givers of benediction. And most important, Krishna is the most loving personality. And he can understand heart of each and everyone and respect it perfectly and completely satisfy them. In this world, everybody is looking for someone who will understand me, understand and deal and give me pleasure, and give me happiness. And Krishna is best of that person. Sometimes we may not be able to understand ourselves, but Krishna understands us. And Krishna can reciprocate in such a way that one will be completely, overwhelmed by his loving dealings. So we see devotees in Srimad Bhagavatam. There are examples, so many devotees. When they approach Krishna, Krishna's dealings are actually overwhelming. Like Sudama went, he did not ask anything, but the way Krishna treated him, way he showed him love and affection, and way he reciprocated, he was completely overwhelmed. He started crying tears. He started thinking, who am I? I'm just a useless person, Brahma Bandhu. I'm not even proper Brahma. And who is Krishna? Hmm, He's husband of goddess of good fortune. And way he drilled with me, hmm, it's so amazing. He just embraced me, uh, though I'm so lowly. So Krishna's dealings are actually so amazing, especially when we hear every reciprocation Krishna has with his devotees. Devotees get overwhelmed by his love and affection. And this love and affection is that what gives us happiness and satisfaction. We may have things of this world, but if we don't have experience of loving exchanges, then it leaves our heart empty. So here Krishna is saying that actually I am reserve of everything. I am reserve of all pleasures, all riches, liberation, everything. But most unfortunate people, even after achieving me, hanker for material treasures. So it's actually great good fortune that we to come in contact with Krishna and get opportunity to serve Krishna. But even after getting that opportunity, if we don't look forward to serve Krishna, please Krishna, but we look forward for obtaining material treasures, Krishna is saying it is most unfortunate. So Krishna is telling the worldly gains can be found even in hell. So those people who are obsessed with material pleasures and material treasures and material things, Krishna is telling here, hell is fitting place for them, because in hell you can get uh, all sense gratification also, but in hell there is misery. So if one is only wanting sense pleasures, then no, uh, Krishna is saying that hell is fitting place. But those who want to give sense gratification and achieve real joy, real happiness, and then devotional service is the best way. And those who do devotional service, they are not in hell; they are always in Vaikuntha, in spiritual world. So here we see Krishna is telling that what sense gratification people of this world are hankering is available everywhere. We see in name of modern education and modern material progress, in name of economic development, what people are looking for is actually material treasures and material pleasures. But here Krishna is saying that is available to everybody, even animals, beasts, birds, insects. There's nothing so great about uh, material sense gratification, especially sex life. So that is available for dogs, hogs, cats, insects, everybody. But sometimes modern man makes that to be unnecessary. So he gets so much obsessed by that, thinking that it is the topmost thing in life and the supreme goal of life. But actually, that is available for everybody. That is not the real thing of life. And if one is just focused on achieving objects and sense gratification, then there's so much of struggle. We see animals get sense gratification, but there's so much of struggle. We see birds when they come to pick up the grains, they're so much in fear. They look left, right, and then take one grain, again look left, right, take another grain. Have you observed that? They're afraid because Anytime any other bird may come and jump on them, or maybe anytime hunter may come and shoot them. Anytime their life can be, so the in lower species of life, sense gratification there, but there is also great anxiety and fear. Mm. We see dogs also. They may also have opportunity for sex life, but to get that, they have to fight with so many other dogs. And sometimes we see dogs, there is so much of their bodies, some strong wounds are there, not because of somebody has bitten, but because some other dogs have bitten. No, so you see, in animal life there is so much struggle, even for basic like things like eating. But human beings, as per God's arrangement, there is not so much struggle. Like while eating, we don't have to look left and right. Who's going to come and snatch my plate? Or who's going to come and beat me? For most of the people, that is not the actual anxiety. But when we forget God, then we make our life like animals, and then there is struggle. All the struggle which we have in modern times for eating and mating and sleeping and defending, all the struggle which that is actually man-made. And because of forgetting real goal of life, and because of forgetting God. Mm. But if you remember God, and if you remember real goal of life, then these basic things are automatically taken care of. And one's mind doesn't have to be so much absorbed in such anxieties. So human life is meant for special purpose. Uh, human life In human life, we have opportunity to understand self, Atma, soul. We have opportunity to understand Supreme Self, Paramatma, or God, Krishna, and we have opportunity to understand purpose of this world, purpose of this creation, um, why we are suffering, um, Adhyatmik, Adibhauti, Adhyavik, Klesha, why we are suffering, birth, world, death, disease, and how we can be free from all of these problems, and ultimately go back, come back to God. That is the opportunity for human beings. But if you don't take that opportunity to know Krishna, to know Atma, soul, to know the purpose of this world, mm, and then, and if you just make sense gratification as goal of life, and think this is all in all, then life becomes animalistic life filled with so much of struggle for survival. Mm. And then there is, it is said, survival of fittest. That is animal life. But we say even fittest don't survive. Ultimately, he also has to die. So that is very unfortunate. So it's our choice. We have got this. We are very very fortunate to get human form of life. Now, how do we use it? If we hanker for sense pleasures and sense material treasures, then life will be turned into animalistic and hellish. But if we use this human form of life to understand Krishna, mm, to serve Krishna, to understand ourselves and our proper position, uh, then actually our life can become mm, truly blessed. Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, anybody who understands him, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, Yoyam Vetti Tatvata, Tyaktva Deham Punarjan Naiti Mamiti Swarjana. This material world is a miserable place, but as soon as you know Krishna, mm, mm, Krishna is supreme being, Sachidananda Vigra. We are also supreme spiritual being. We are also spiritual beings, not supreme, but we are also spiritual beings. And we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are eternal servants of Krishna. Mm. And real opportunity is to actually serve Krishna, love Krishna. And when we take that opportunity, then actually we can be freed from all the problems of the world. We can be happy here, and we can come back to God it. So we see such wonderful opportunities there. And to make us understand about this opportunity, Krishna has also given scriptures. Krishna has sent Guru and Sadhus to help us understand our good fortune. But if we actually don't understand that good fortune and still hanker for just material treasures and material pleasures, Krishna here is saying that it's very unfortunate, and such people are fit to live in hell. Hell means there's no peace of mind there. There may be sense gratification, but there's no peace of mind. There is no satisfaction, there is no happiness. One time, one reporter asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what is your opinion of London? Prabhupada had come to London and he was thinking, oh, Swamiji must be very impressed. So much of material opulence is there. Hmm? And no, he has come all the way. Maybe he is attracted to this material opulences. Huh? So he just asked, what is your opinion about London? So Prabhupada said, London is hell. London is hell. When you forget Krishna, actually we transform our place into hell. Mm. Prabhupada said, just see, there is no sunlight also, In hell, there is no, this very cold and all these things. So, anyway, so real hell is actually is what we make ourself by forgetting Krishna and by engaging in self-gratification. When we make sense-gratification goal of life, then there's so much of misery, so much of anxiety, so much of stress. We see in this world, people are advancing materially, but their quality of life is becoming very third class. So much stress, tension. Why? Because their goal is wrong goal. They don't know what is their real self-interest. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Nate vidu swartha gati Vishnu. Ignorant people don't know that our real self-interest is to achieve God, to be connected to God, to serve God and experience love of God, in which there is real joy, real happiness, and real satisfaction. And we see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, come again to help everybody actually experience that real good fortune. He is distributing these holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He is explaining how this is Golokera Premadena, the real treasure. And we see in Shishtastakam, uh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains in the first verse itself uh, 7 benefits of chanting Hare Krishna, 7 benefits of Sankirtan. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So first benefit of chanting holy names of Lord is Cheto Darpan Marjanam. Our Cheta, our consciousness, our heart, our Chitta gets purified. Actually, we are suffering in this world not because of people around us or living entities around us or situations around us. We are suffering because of impurity within us. Because our heart is contaminated, our heart is polluted, because there is lust and envy and greed and pride and anger and illusion. Because of this, actually, we are suffering. And when we chant Hare Krishna, actually, heart can be purified. And by no material means, this heart can be purified. But by this process of chanting Hare Krishna, this heart can be purified. Cheto Darpana Marjanam, Baho Mahadavagni Nirvapam. Mahadavagni. In this world is there's Mahadavagni, great forest fire, where everybody is burning. Everybody, hmm, without exception. It's not that rich are putting AC in their homes so they are cool and peaceful. Hmm. No matter how much rich one may be, no matter how much influential one may be, he may have power of the whole country or nation or something and lot of influence, but still, this forest fire such that it burns everybody. So, Bahu Mahadavagni. When big Davagni, forest fire is there, everything is burnt. So, we see this material world is like a great forest fire. And it cannot be extinguished by any material means. Only way it can be extinguished is by mercy of Guru and Krishna, which comes by chanting Hare Krishna. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Bahu Mahadavagni. Just by chanting Hare Krishna, whatever is causing us intense burning, our heart is burning, whole we are so much suffering. All that suffering can be extinguished, completely cooled down. When person is in super hot sun, very much miserable, his feet are burning, his head is burning. As soon as come to cooling shade, immediately feels Similarly, as soon as one start chanting Hare Krishna, one can experience that cooling effect. Anybody, whenever we introduce the chanting Hare Krishna to new people, without exception, any new person start chanting Hare Krishna, immediately he feels, "Hare, this is something wonderful, something very special, something amazing." Huh? So this is actually result of chanting Hare Krishna, and even neophyte people can experience this. Chetodar Panamarjanam Bahumhadavagnyam Sheya Kaira Chandrika Vitarnam. All good auspiciousness blossoms, and all wonderful qualities appear in heart. mm, Cooling effect. Sheya Chandrika. Moon is very cooling. That cooling effect happens because of this chanting Hare Krishna. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. Vidya Vadu. So, knowledge follows chanting Hare Krishna. As soon as we chant Hare Krishna, true knowledge is awakened in our heart. When we go to school, college, university, we may get some information, or when we go to internet, uh, Google and all other, we may get some information. And now there is some new something has come up. People are saying, chat GBT something, but you may just get information. But that real knowledge mm, cannot be awakened just by unlimited information. But by chanting Hare Krishna, real knowledge, true knowledge can be awakened in heart. Divya Gyan, Hriday Prakashito. So, chanting has that potential to awaken true knowledge, dispel all ignorance. It is ignorance because of which we feel so much fearful, so much stress, so much tension. It is because of ignorance, uh, all we are engaged in so many negative activities, self-destructive habits, and all these things. But when true knowledge is awakened, immediately we can know, oh, that's very dangerous for me, and immediately one can take to proper course of action. As soon as light appears, immediate darkness goes away, fear goes away, illusions goes away. Immediately we can know what is right to do, what is wrong to do. But in darkness, there's so much of confusion, uh, so much of illusions, and so much of fear. So by chanting Hare Krishna, this real knowledge is awakened. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. So by chanting Hare Krishna, one can experience ocean of happiness which is ever increasing. I was the other day reading Danvir Maharaj's book, uh, in which he was saying how he came to Krishna consciousness. He said his father, mother, they were very big champions, volleyball champions, in American sports, uh, uh, and so he was also, from childhood playing volleyball, and he was also a very good player, and about to go in Olympics or something like that. And he was also good in academics. He was, his father was very happy with his sports activities. His mother was very happy with his academics. And when he just entered college, then he happened to meet his friend who was little senior to him, and he was surprised and shocked uh, because he was completely changed in appearance. He had become Hare Krishna, and then he was chanting Hare Krishna, and he requested so, to him and join him and come with him to temple to just uh, know about this Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. And just actually within few weeks, when he started going to temple, when he read Bhagavad Gita, when he started chanting, dancing, taking prasad, sitting with he became so joyful. And then he started comparing, Anyway, he had a big, bright prospects in material life. Mm. But because he had also seen many other very successful, influential people, he saw there is okay happiness, but then in material world, what happens? Everything increases, and then after some time it decreases. Law of diminishing returns. So after at a particular time, then later on it just keeps on decreasing. Whereas you saw here, right now itself in the beginning, I'm getting so much happiness, and here there is promise of Anandam Buddhivardhanam. The happiness there is not that it will reduce; it will keep on increasing. So he thought, why not try it? Because anyway, we are looking for some happiness which will never decrease. So in material life, we experience no matter how much happiness we get, ultimately slowly it start dwindling. So he thought, let me see mm, and experiment myself if I am able to get happiness which is ever increasing. And we can see since then last 50 years, Maharaj is in Krishna consciousness. Why? Because he's getting some pleasure, some taste which is superior than materialistic taste. And he said that other thing is always open. It's not that the door is always open. It's not that it's closed. Hmm. But devotee, he understands here there are better prospects, so he may not turn towards other options. So this is chanting of holy names Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Swayam. He's telling that Anandam Buddhivardhan. That is a promise. That is mm, Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadam. Purna Amrit. What is Amrit? Nectar. And Purna Amrit and Pratipadam. So this is a prospect that when we get purified and we slowly awaken our love for Krishna, we can experience nectar at every step. So materialistic people have no idea this is a possibility. I remember when I was a small kid, in our English chapter in _LIKE's book, there was uh, one chapter, Dress of a Happy Man. That was the title or something like that, Dress of a Happy Man. So story is that one person, he wanted to be happy, so finding out where happiness is there. So he went to um, saintly person, and he said, okay, you find a dress of happy man and wear that dress, you will become happy. So something like that. And he was searching. And finally, uh, he found one very poor man. He was really happy. And he found that he is really happy. And so he wanted his dress, but he had no dress. Because he was something like that story was. And then conclusion that there is no dress for a happy man, something like that. So something like that, some ideas people have. But actually in Krishna consciousness, we can say there most happy is Krishna. And Krishna has many beautiful dresses. We can offer unlimited dresses to Krishna. And we see devotees are always happy. And we see they have wonderful dresses also. Amrish Maharaj and most of the kings of this world are uh, Rajrishis are pure devotees, and they have opulence. But they understand everything is Krishna's property. They use in Krishna's service. So, so point is that when one comes to Krishna consciousness, uh, one can know that there is real happiness. It's not that happiness is just imagination or illusion or something. No, happiness is a reality, but that is a spiritual reality, which we can experience by coming in touch with mm, supreme reality, Krishna. And when we come in touch with Him and render service to Him, Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate, Sri Krishna Sankirtan, Sarvatma Snapanam, completely cleans of material contamination, and where one can completely be situated in eternal, transcendental, blissful, liberated, constitutional position. Mm. So that is the result of chanting Hare Krishna. Just by chanting Hare Krishna, one can be situated in constitutional position. Our eternal constitutional position is Jivera Swarpoy, Krishnera Nityadas. And when we engage in that situation, then we can be in our real natural Satchidananda state, Sat eternal, chit full of knowledge and bliss, Anand, bliss, full of happiness. And next verse we see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, oh, this chanting is so wonderful, and chanting as just by chanting, all auspiciousness, all happiness can be achieved. But unfortunately, mm, unfortunately, I have no taste for it. Krishna has invested all his potencies in chanting Hare Krishna, but unfortunately, I have no taste for chanting Hare Krishna. And instead of attracting to being attracted to Krishna, and instead of being attracted to chanting and spiritual things, I am getting attracted to something else. So that is very unfortunate. So here Krishna is also saying it's very unfortunate. Mm. After getting Krishna, in form of holy names, still we are not attracted to Krishna, and we are attracted to material pleasures or material treasures. So Durdaivam idrisham ihajananuragaha. So it's very Durdaiva, unfortunate. So Burijan Prabhu in his Japa book explains why we are having that, why we don't have the taste for chanting Hare Krishna. What makes us very unfortunate. So he explains the four things. He says that first reason is Tattva Vibhrama. Tattva Vibhrama means not understanding Tattva, not understanding truths, having misunderstanding about God, misunderstanding about self, misunderstanding about this world and relationship between them. Not understanding that I am not this body, I am spirit, soul, I am Atma. Thinking I am this body, I am matter, and I can enjoy material things and be happy. So that is misunderstanding, Tattva Vibhrama. Or thinking oneself to be God, or trying to become God. So these are Tattva Vibhrama. Not understanding Krishna is God. And he is our best well wisher. He is our best friend. He is the supreme lover, and he loves us unconditionally. And we just have to turn to him. So we don't understand him, and then we misunderstand him, and we turn our face away from him and put ourselves in darkness, put ourselves in misery. And misunderstanding of this world, we don't understand this world is meant for purification. This is a prison house. It's not, it's meant for rectification. This world belongs to God and means for service of God. But instead of that, we think, oh, this world belongs to me. I am property, I am control, and let me enjoy. Separate from Krishna. And then this world becomes Dukhalayam, Ashashvatam. So Tattva Vibhrama, not understanding this truth clearly. So when we understand this truth clearly, then actually we'll be interested in real things of life. We'll be interested in Krishna, we'll be interested in holy names. But though we have heard so many times, still in heart, we have some doubts and confusions. Mm, mm. So that is one reason we are still not having taste for chanting Hare Krishna. Second reason, he says that Asat Trishna. Because of this Tattva Vibhrama, we are still attracted to temporary material things of this world. We are attracted to some material comforts, heavenly pleasures, some mystic powers, or sometimes hankering for liberation, freedom from suffering. All these things are asat. Instead of hankering for loving service to Krishna, mm, uh, we are attracted to such materialistic things. That is another reason. Mm. Third reason he says is because of Hruday Darbalya. Hruday Darbalya means we have attachment for false prestige and things not related to Krishna. We are attracted to dhan, name, fame, glory, profit, adoration, distinction, all these things. Uh, so, and most importantly, he says that reason we are not developing taste for chanting Hare Krishna is aparadhas, offenses, offenses to Krishna. However, the offenses to Krishna can be uh, overcome by chanting Hare Krishna. and then offenses in chanting Hare Krishna, or offenses in rendering service of Krishna, or offenses to holy Dham, and most important, offenses to Vaishnavas. Hmm. So among all these offenses, actually, offense to Vaishnav uh, is actually most dangerous. Offense, criticizing Vaishnava or hearing criticism of Vaishnava, whether true or false, that leads to offense. So, if you want to mm, get some taste, then we have to free from offensive mentality. And offensive mentality comes because of seeing through eyes. We see things through eyes. So scriptures recommend that we should not see through eyes, but we should see through ears. Mm. And when we see through ears, then we can see, we can understand. Oh, we can see everybody in relation with Krishna. We can see everything in relation with Krishna. And when we see everyone and everything in relationship with Krishna, then we can respect and honor appropriately. Especially, it's very important that we honor and respect spiritual master and Vaishnavas, and not see them by material vision. Because as soon as we see spiritual master and Vaishnavas with material vision, then we'll not be able to respect them, and we won't be able to respect their words. And if you have no respect for words of spiritual master and Vaishnavas, then everything, mm, we have no hope, because then we'll see everything with our own mundane eyes and mundane senses, which are imperfect. To the degree we have honor and respect for spiritual master and Vaishnavas, to that degree we have honor and respect for their words, and to the degree we have honor and respect for their words and faith in their words, to that degree we can see this world in right perspective, and then we can deal with everyone and everything with right perspective, and thus we can then avoid offenses. Otherwise, mm, our eyes and our senses are actually leading us towards hell because of our imperfect senses and wrong perceptions. So these are two things that we have to make sure that we don't offend spiritual master and Vaishnavas. Rather, honor them, respect them, serve them, please them, and get their blessings. And we have to be attentive. Mm. When we hear properly, then understand importance, then we can be attentive also. So attentive while we are doing chanting, while we are hearing classes, while we are doing services and all these things. So we have to struggle for these things, to hear attentively, chant attentively, serve attentively, and not offend Vaishnavas, rather serve Vaishnavas, please them. So when we struggle in this way, right direction, then our misfortune will reduce, and slowly we'll be able to develop appreciation for Krishna, for Krishna's holy names, and then slowly we may develop taste and attraction, and then slowly our attraction and taste for materialistic things will diminish. The proof of our spiritual advancement is that material things become less attractive. Mm. Unfortunately, whole modern culture is, they try to make material thing very attractive, and modern culture means they have no respect for spiritual things. They have no faith, no understanding of it. So more we are interacting with the material world, we have to be very careful. Mm. Because materialistic people are already unfortunate. Uh, we don't want to become unfortunate like them. Mm. After really millions of lifetimes, after really some special causeless mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, we have got Krishna and Krishna consciousness. So we should really take up this opportunity very nicely, mm, and take full advantage of it. I'll just end by telling one last story. Hare Krishna. And this Kripa Mai Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple, explains this story. mm, about one unfortunate person. Mm, mm. So he explains that how one time there was one uh, king, and then he had gone for hunting in the forest along with his ministers and soldiers. And then it so happened that it became evening, and in the evening it so happened that he got separated from his ministers and soldiers, and he got lost. All of them went in another direction, he went in another direction, and then he got lost in the forest. And then it became very dark, and he was feeling hungry and thirsty, and and he was not knowing where to go, and it was very huge dense forest. And when he was in that precarious condition, a deep dark forest, somehow he saw some light. So he went in that direction, and he saw, oh, there was one hut, and in one small hut there was one family staying. So when the family saw this person, some uh, guest has come, some unknown person, immediately they received him very nicely. And they gave him, some food to eat, whatever they had. And then that person said, okay, my dear sir, you can take rest here. So he made some sleeping arrangement outside the hut, and so he took care of him nicely by giving food, water, and whatever basic things are there, whatever he had. And king was very happy uh, by his hospitality. He did not introduce himself as king to him, uh, uh, but as just a person who was lost in the forest. And he was very impressed that how this poor man, he offered everything, whatever he had, with so much of love and care. Mm, So he was impressed by his hospitality. So next day morning, then family got up, king also got up, then king took bath and all these things, and then took some small little snacks, breakfast, and then he told, actually, I'm lost, I want to go. Can you please help me? And that person, he knew the path. He immediately took that king through deep dark forest. Now it was daytime anyway. He took that forest, and then he took it to the main road, highway. And then when it came to the main road, then king said, okay, from here I know now the way. So, and king was very happy. So he thought he should give him some great uh, award. So he said, you come with me. I am so pleased with your hospitality. So I want to give you special award. So he took him to some nearby distance place, so some distant place, and there was a big forest, mm, very attractive. And then he said, mm, he introduced himself that I am the king of this world, in this place, and this forest I will mm, give to you. So you can be proprietor of this forest and you can enjoy. So king was so deeply affected by his hospitality. He wanted to respect it, so he gave him big forest, and he left. So days passed, month passed, practically year passed. And after 1 year, king thought, he remembered how 1 year back he was lost in the forest, and how one poor man had helped him, and how he had given a big treasure to him. Mm. And he had given big property, big forest to him. He was hoping now after 1 year, this person may be really now become very rich, very happy, and he thought he will go and meet him. So again, after 1 year, he went, and he saw, uh, I should same old hut was there, and he was very surprised because he was hoping he has given such a big property, he would be very rich and very happy. But he saw he was still struggling and working hard. Mm. So then he asked that person, my dear sir, what happened to big forest I gave you? Why you are still living in the hut? So let's go to that forest. Uh, and then both of them went to the forest, and king was surprised that practical whole forest was uh, cut. And then king asked, what did you do with the trees? He said, I took the trees, because I am a coal maker. My job is to burn the trees, make coal and sell to the town. So he said I burned the trees and made coal and sold, and almost in a whole year, almost all forest got And king felt so bad. He said, "You don't know, this is the forest of Chandanum, sandalwood. Huh? One sandalwood, little bit, you sell, you'll get so much money. Uh, and you have burned all the sandalwood and made a charcoal, and you are selling charcoal. So unfortunate. So, and when he came to know that it is like sandalwood, actually one little sandalwood can, make a great wealth for him. So he felt so bad that practically millions of or crores of rupees he just wasted in and burned it, uh, without knowing the value of that. He thought it's just an ordinary tree. So similarly, uh, actually, this human form of life is very special, especially because in human form of life, mm, we can realize self, we can realize God. Mm. Uh, if we are able to realize self, realize God, that is perfection of life. But if we burn our life just like that person, instead of extracting the sandalwood oil from that sandalwood trees, he just burned that, mm, mm, like thinking it to be ordinary. Similarly, if we consider this human form and human body to be ordinary and just engage in ordinary activities of eating, mating, sleeping, defending, that would be colossal waste of human form life. Very unfortunate. So here Krishna is saying, mm, O supreme reserve of love, Rukmini, unfortunate are they who, even after obtaining me, the Lord of both liberation and materialism, hanker only for material treasures. These worldly gains can be found even in hell. Since such persons are obsessed with sense gratification, hell is a fitting place for them. So actually, we have birthright. Our spiritual world is our birthright. But if we don't engage in self-realization and Krishna consciousness, then we become qualified to be resident of hell, and it's very unfortunate. At the same time, it's in our hands to make to become more fortunate and most fortunate, mm, after getting what we have received, or to become more unfortunate and most unfortunate. If we try to properly honor and respect spiritual master and Vaishnavas and hear from them, then we can become more and more fortunate and serve them, please them. But if we don't hear them, if we see them with material vision, offend them, then actually material life will appear very, very attractive and will go in wrong direction, and our life will become more and more unfortunate. So choice is ours. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.